And welcome back to This Week in the Mohawk Valley. Time now for the Central New York Travel Show portion of today's program. And we say good morning this morning to Sarah Foster from Oneida County Tourism. Hello, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. We're going to talk a little bit about some events happening at Fort Stanwix in Rome.
Yes. So Fort Stanwix, we know, is busy all year round, but especially once I think we get into summer, things get a little bit crazier. And we're joined today by Bill Sawyer, who is a park ranger at Fort Stanwix. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I know we have a couple events that we want to talk about, but prior to the show, we were kind of talking about the escape room. So yes. What is going on with that?
All right. Escape room, that's happening on Saturday, July 1st. And escape room, this is our third year doing it. It's become very popular with folks in the area. And it is, in this case, a escape room game based on an actual historical incident that did occur at the fort. And doing a little bit of tweaking with that, we've made it so that a family group or a group of individuals working together have the chance to recreate a little bit of history, learn a little bit about the history of the fort, while they also have some fun doing escape room activities.
Yeah, so the name of it is Operation Sabotage Stanwix.
Yes.
I like the name. And yeah, this sounds like an interesting way to learn history, but while having a fun time. I have a feeling if one of my field trips could have included this when I was younger, it would be super interesting.
Absolutely.
And is this open to anyone? How does it work?
Yes, this is open to anyone, although you do need to call up to reserve actual time slots because the games run on 15-minute time increments, and we need a little bit of time in between to reset the game for each group.
How many people would be like in a specific group?
A ideal group is around 6 people. However, we have in the past modified it for larger groups, or sometimes we've had to end up combining. We've had so much positive response that we open up the groups to a little larger size and just move it to a little larger room. So 6 is the ideal amount, but we can go a bit larger if absolutely necessary.
And how does this happen all day, or?
Yes. The escape room goes on 10 o'clock to about 4 o'clock, I believe the last one starts.
Yeah. Okay. So I know I had asked you before, but I'll ask it again for the audience. This kind of reminds me of the concept of you hear people doing team building experiences where they have to escape a room. So is this similar? Are there differences, or how does it work?
There are some differences. Biggest is that just by getting out of the room, you don't necessarily completely win the game by doing that. By solving various puzzles while you're in the room, you're supposed to be finding out information that will help the British spies who are trying to sabotage the fort to be able to carry out at least one sabotage that the Americans are not able to counter. So yes, you are taking on the role of a British person, but working against the fort. But that is the combination of truly winning the game all the way around, is getting the information you need to know and getting out of the room before you're caught.
Okay, and when we're talking rooms, so we're talking about rooms within the actual fort, correct?
Yes, you'll be working out of one room in particular. Again, depending on the size of the group we have, we use a couple different rooms.
Yeah, I think it sounds really fun. I mean, this is something that children can come to, and adults and everyone in between.
Absolutely, yeah. We get family groups working together, and it's really neat, particularly when you see the adults are trying to find out something really, complicated, and the kids are going, well, no, the answer's right here. And they're like, no, that can't be it, and the kids have got it all along.
Yeah, their brains think differently, right?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, that sounds really fun. So is there any cost to this?
No, everything is free.
Everything is free. That's awesome. How do people sign up if they want to reserve a spot?
They just have to call the fort, the main line, which is area code 315-338-7730.
Perfect. And again, this is Saturday, July 1st, Escape Room Operation Sabotage Stanwix.
Exactly.
Anything else you want to add about that, the escape room?
No, again, we just, if you're looking for a different way to learn about some of the history of the site, we really recommend this.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole different viewpoint of, or way of learning that history.
Yeah, you kind of get to put the hat on and become part of the history.
Exactly. You get to really play it yourself.
Instead of seeing a demonstration, you are a demonstration.
Exactly.
That's cool. And then I know you guys you do something every single year for the 4th of July, and this is on the actual 4th of July, correct?
Yes. All our events to honor the 4th of July occur right on the 4th of July, and some of the things you can always count on doing, or count on seeing or taking part in when you come to the fort is, of course, we do 2 readings of the Declaration of Independence by one of our staff folks. And usually as well, we'll give the chance to sign your own copy of the Declaration of Independence. We'll have the quills and the ink out there, and you actually get to sign it just like the founders did over 200 years ago. And we usually will include in some sort of celebratory weapons firing as well, which was a common way in both the civilian and the military world of celebrating the 4th, prior to people being able to get the hands on the fancy fireworks. If they had a weapon, they would shoot off the weapon to make noise that way.
Okay. How many years has this been going on with the 4th of July? How many years has Fort Stanwix been doing celebrations?
We've been doing some sort of 4th of July celebration pretty much since the fort opened back in the 1970s.
So that's a long history.
Yes.
And again, this is like right at the fort, right in the middle of Rome.
This will be right in the fort, yep.
Yeah.
And some of the activities are outside, just outside on the grounds, but it all takes place right within the park grounds.
What are some of the other activities that people can expect?
For 4th of July?
Yeah.
4th of July will be all different sorts of living history or life programs and demonstrations going on within the fort throughout the day. You can also take part in the life yourself. One of the actual benefits of us being the reconstruction and not the real fort is the fact that you can come in and rather than most museums or historic sites you go to and it's please don't touch or hands off, we are the exact opposite. You know, be careful please, we don't want to hurt yourself, but it's all hands on. You want to sit on a bench, try that out. You want to try out a bed, go ahead. You want to pick up an item, see what it would have been like to use this, do it.
That is really different. I mean, and I feel like to little kids that's totally catering to them because it's so hard not to touch. I mean, even adults, it's like you kind of want to check something out. So being hands-on is cool. And if people like wanted a list of events that are happening on the 4th, where would they go for that?
You can either go to our website or you can come right into the visitor center itself, and we have paper copies available as well.
That's great. Are there anything related to the 4th or just in general upcoming events? Anything else you want to touch on? Programs?
That's our 2 biggest ones coming up. Just the end of June, we will be starting our regular summer programmings, and that means that there'll be some sort of demonstrations or programs or talks going on basically from 10 o'clock to around 3:30 every single day.
Yeah, that's great. And a reminder, I know we mentioned it with the escape room, but 4th of July, everything is free also, right?
Everything is free. Every day, everything at the fort is free.
If people haven't taken advantage, it's incredible. Even when I'm out promoting Fort Stanwix on the road and people are like, well, how much is admission? I'm like, it's free.
Yeah,
and you have the museum inside that people can check out, but then you also have the fort. And it really is so cool to walk around. I mean, I feel like a lot of us, especially local, have been going there since we were little kids on field trips, but to go back as an adult and see it, it's totally different. And I think it's a great way to go and do something historic, especially on the 4th of July, but also have fun doing it and be a little bit more hands-on, as you had said.
Exactly.
So the phone number again is 338-7730 if people want to reserve for the team building or the escape room.
Exactly.
And how many years is that?
This is our 3rd year.
Okay, and you guys have just seen a great response from it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. So
we may be looking at trying to develop a variation of that too for the future, just so we have something for those folks that have already done the escape room a couple times this version and still want another experience that way. We are looking at doing a little variation on that in the upcoming years as well.
That's awesome. And visit nps.gov/FOST. Is that correct? If they want to get a list of events or anything, and we also always recommend going to our website. We list all the events on there as well. Well, thank you very much, Bill, for being here.
Thanks. Glad to. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.